Kim Jong-un won't like this one bit. The United States military is this week installing an anti-missile defense system in South Korea to counter potential attacks from North Korea against its neighbors and the U.S. THAAD, the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense Battery, is currently being installed by U.S. and South Korean forces at a golf course in Seongju County, South Korea. The anti-missile system consists of a truck-mounted launcher, a transportable radar system and control, and communication centers. The system is designed to intercept and destroy short, medium, and intermediate-range ballistic missiles deployed from enemy territory. When the radar system detects an incoming missile, the interceptor is launched to meet the target head-on, using kinetic energy to eliminate the immediate threat. The installation of the anti-missile defense system comes in advance of South Korea's presidential election on May 9th. Liberal candidate Moon Jae-in, who opposes THAAD, is leading in the polls. China has expressed serious concerns about the system's installation, claiming the move will harm strategic balance in the region and further stimulate tensions on the Korean peninsula. Protests are mounting near the THAAD site, with hundreds of demonstrators speaking out against the anti-missile system. U.S. military officials say THAAD will be operational within the next few days. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Anyone still think North Korea's nuclear weapons threats are just threats? U.S. to put missile defenses to the test. It used to be the more Kim Jong-un ran his mouth about raining nuclear Armageddon down on the U.S. and her allies, the dumber he looked. Except now, Washington is taking the plump dictator seriously, and more specifically, the Pentagon is testing U.S. defenses for a North Korean attack. In May 2017, the military will run 2 weapon systems through a simulated North Korean missile launch against the U.S. mainland. The first test will see a U.S. Navy vessel launch an upgraded Standard missile somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. This baby comes equipped with an enhanced warhead and booster, basically meaning it can travel much farther than previous models. The idea here is to see if this new missile can shoot down a North Korean missile soon after deployment. The second test, reportedly scheduled for late May, is arguably much more important. This will see ground-based interceptor missiles fired into the Pacific from bases in California and Alaska. Their mission? Take out an incoming North Korean ICBM before it reaches the U.S. The problem with this system is that it's only been half successful in past tests. Sound concerning? The Pentagon seems to think so. In a recent report, they said they had limited defense capability against simple missile threats from Pyongyang and Iran. In other words, if the Ayatollah, Mr. Un, or another supervillain decides to go nuclear, there's a slight chance part of the U.S. could be toast. U.S. begins deployment of THAAD missile system in South Korea. The U.S. has begun shipping the THAAD anti-missile system to South Korea amid fierce opposition from China. THAAD stands for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense. It consists of a truck-mounted launcher, a transportable radar system and control, as well as communication centers. The system is designed to shoot down short, medium, and intermediate-range ballistic missiles. When the radar system detects an incoming missile, the target is identified and engaged before an interceptor is fired from the launcher. The interceptor destroys the missile by kinetic energy, which means it is destroyed with body-to-body impact during the terminal phase. Military experts argue that China's anger over the deployment is mainly due to the radar capabilities of the THAAD system, as they could be used to spy on Chinese missile systems. North Korea deploys 4 missiles. North Korea has fired 4 ballistic missiles toward Japan, with some landing as close as 300 kilometers from Japan's northwest coast. North Korea launched missiles from a location near the border with China on Monday. U.S. officials said the missiles were intermediate range. 4 missiles in total were launched, and 3 of them landed in Japan's exclusive economic zone in the Sea of Japan. North Korea state media news agency KCNA said the country's leader Kim Jong-un supervised the launches. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. North Korea fires 2 missiles in protest at U.S.-South Korea drill. North Korea fired 2 short-range missiles into the sea on Monday in possible protest at the annual South Korea-U.S. military drill, which it says is provocative and pushes the 2 Koreas toward war. The two short-range missiles were fired from the western city of Nampo on Monday, according to the South Korean military. The missiles traveled around 500 kilometers before falling into the sea off the eastern coast. The missile test was conducted as the annual South Korea-United States joint military exercise began. North Korea has escalated its rhetoric and said South Korea and the United States should be dealt with only by merciless strikes.